Hello, good morning. My name is Khadija Fadiura, MBA, PHR, and the presentation is called PHR Concepts, PHR 101, and it goes over, tools for passing the PHR. The first slide covers the key things you should know about passing the PHR exam. First point, it is extremely important to use various study materials to get a better understanding of the HRCI body of knowledge. So it doesn't matter how old the material is, try to diversify. Use different kinds of materials to study for the exam. Use flashcards, use different books, use different practice tests. The more diverse your study material is, the better position you're in passing the exam. So different study materials is definitely important. Next point, study, study, study. Allow at least 1 to 2 hours a day for 8 weeks to prepare for the PHR exam. Next point, the PHR exam is extremely demanding, and it's all about understanding the concepts and the questions. Understanding the concepts and questions is key to passing the exam. Take as many practice tests as possible. The practice tests are a reinforcement tool. So they let you know that, okay, I'm in a good position, I need more study time. So the more practice tests you take, the better you are at passing the exam. So when you start achieving test scores of 80% or above, it shows that you're in a good position. Why is it so important to understand the concepts of the PHR exam? The reason why is the exam, it's not cut and dry. It's not going to ask you, oh, what is HR, or what is a body of knowledge. No, these are questions that go into more detail. It's more concept oriented. Like it asks you, it makes the PHR and the HRCI, they want you to understand and focus on, the body of knowledge. Are you able to apply it? Do you understand it when it's used in different situations? So an example of an example of a question is Jennifer is 45 years old. She's a 35-year-old clerk. She believes she's being offered fewer benefits and job advancement opportunities due to her age. What act prohibits discrimination of individuals who are 40 years and older? So what I like to, what I say or what helped me is the keywords. I call it keyword finding in the question. So in your mind, there are times where in the questions you do understand, you're able to answer them easily, and there are other times where the questions are more difficult and you kind of have to decipher the questions. I call it deciphering the questions and also keyword finding. So for this question, the first key is it indicates that Jennifer is 45 years old. So we know that Jennifer is 40 years and older. And then the next keyword is she's being offered fewer benefits and job advancement. So we know that, she's being discriminated against. She's not, she's being offered fewer benefits and job advancements due to her age. So this is as a result of her age. So the act that prohibits discrimination of individuals who are 40 years and older is the ADEA. So this question shows you how it's the questions are not as cut and dry. So you have to understand the concepts, and you also have to search for the keywords in understanding the PHR exam questions. I have a few more questions to go over with you. So just to kind of get you in the mindset of deciphering the questions, because this is key to passing the exam. You have to understand what the questions are asking. What are they asking you? What do the keywords say? Because this will help you narrow down the answers, because there are always two close answers on the PHR and SPHR exams, and being able to decipher the questions will give you a better chance of picking the right answers. So the next question says, Angela is an employee who feels unappreciated by her employer. Mary, the HR manager, is thinking of ways to increase employee morale due to a recent increase in turnover. What is the most effective way for Mary to increase employee morale? So this question, the keywords are, Angela, the employee, she's feeling unappreciated. Another keyword is employee morale is low, and then there's also turnover, meaning a lot of employees are quitting. So the question asks, what's the most effective way to increase employee morale? And the answer is A, which is employee involvement initiatives. The explanation is improving the employees' morale can be done effectively by involving employees in the decision-making process. That shows the employee that yes, your opinions matter. We want your input. You're part of the organization. Your say means something to us, and that in turn gives the employee a sense of belonging. Yes, I do matter to the organization. It gives you a good feeling. You're more productive. So this is the most effective way of increasing employee morale by including them in the decision-making process. Next question. Kevin and Mark are employees of ABC Realty. Kevin is always on the road and Mark works as an office administrator. Does Kevin have to turn in a timesheet even though he works out on the field? Now, this focuses more on the FLSA requirements concept. This is something that you will understand more once you read over the material. And the key to this question is it doesn't matter if you're on the road, off the road, in the office. All employees need to get paid on time. The FLSA requires that all employees, are paid on time. So it doesn't. The point is, it doesn't matter if you're on the road or off. On the road or in the office, you still have to submit your timesheets on time. You still have to turn in a timesheet. So the answer to this question is C. Yes, due to the FLSA requirements, Kevin and Mark will need to turn in their timesheets in time to get paid on time. Because come Friday, if their paychecks are not ready, there'll be two angry employees. So it's just best to always make sure all employees submit their timesheets on time, send reminders so that there are no discrepancies in pay, and they get paid on time. Next question. How many weeks of unpaid time off is allowed under FMLA? Now, for as long reading, and this again, this is a bonus question because it's very cut and dry. Once you've studied FMLA, what benefits are under the FMLA offers, you will know that you are allowed up to 12 weeks of unpaid time off under the FMLA. So this is a very cut and dry question. It's a bonus question. You won't see many of those, so that's just a bonus question. The next question is also a bonus question. Again, these questions are more, I want you to focus on the key words. What is the question asking? What are some of the key words? So the next question, what is the most associated concept? What concept is most associated with the glass ceiling? Now, bam, this question already has the answer right there. And the answers are EEOC discrimination charge, Civil Rights Act of 1991, the Glass Ceiling Act, or Sexual Discrimination Act. So the answer to this question is the Glass Ceiling Act, because it's very cut and dry. Again, you won't see questions like this on the exam. It goes more into the concept and making sure you understand it. But I just wanted you to kind of focus on the key words. So that's why I gave you such easy questions. So that's why I wanted you to focus to see, okay, there's glass ceiling in the question. So the answer will be most associated with the Glass Ceiling Act. Okay, now the next question. Who is responsible for initiating safety training programs? Now, the keywords here are who, responsible, and initiating. So put yourself, or think of this scenario. You're the HR manager of ABC firm. you've noticed there are a lot of accidents, employees, there are no signs warning employees. Employees are not taking or not paying so much attention to the safety warnings, and there's been a lot of injuries, which is very costly to the employer. So as the HR manager, what can you do? Like, what would you do to limit or to reduce and improve employee awareness? So think of it that way. Think of the scenario. What is the question asking? Like, make up examples in your mind that kind of like coincides with what the question is. So the answer to this, the answers are manager, employee, HR manager, and supervisor. So the answer to this question is the HR manager, because the HR managers are more concerned with, making the policies or that will limit or that will help improve the overall productivity of the company. So the HR manager is the answer. They will initiate the safety programs. So we're going to summarize. So the first key is define your challenges. What areas you have trouble understanding? For me, it was labor relations. So I spent additional time going over the material. Everyone has a weakness area, so it's best to spend more time on that area. Make sure you understand the concepts more, and then you could focus on the other areas. So spend additional time with the areas you have trouble with. Next, set a realistic expectation. Mastery is not achieved overnight. You have to dedicate at least 1 to 2 hours each day for at least up to 8 weeks, give or take 8 weeks, to fully understand the concept. So, study. Use the audio books. Use the Quizlet on your mobile phone. Use various methods of studying on your downtime, on your break, or at lunch, at work. As long as you're continuously studying, you're giving yourself a better chance of passing the exam. And the next point, keep your eye on the goal. Now, once you've studied and you feel you're ready for the exam, and this will be around week 7 of studying, now we want to focus on taking practice tests. Practice tests help reinforce what you've studied, and it helps to kind of see if there are some weakness areas that still need to be focused on. So do not be discouraged about low practice test scores. Just keep studying, keep taking practice tests. The more you study, the more practice tests you take, the better a test taker you are. So practice tests, study, and take as many practice tests as possible. There's some free practice tests that you could get online, so take as many as possible. And once you start achieving scores of 80% or above, this is a sign that you're prepared to take the exam. So study. Once you've studied, now practice tests. And once we have the 80% score and above, we're in a better position at passing the exam. Now, the resources that helped me pass the exam that I would also suggest to you, and you could use as many different study material, but this is what helped me pass the exam. The SPHR Professional in Human Resources Certification Study Guide by Sandra M. Reed and Ann M. Bugadis. This book really helped me it helped me study and reinforce the topics that I was having trouble with. So this is a very good book. You can find it on Amazon.com, or you could go to your local library. And also the David Seiler audiobooks. This is very, very important for us professionals, always on the go. You could always listen to it on your way to work, on your way back from work, on the weekends, during your spare time. So the audiobook was really helpful as well. And it also covered some topics that wasn't covered in the book. So that's why it's important to use various study materials, because one thing will be covered in the book, it might not be covered in the audio tape. So it's best to mix it up. Another free tool is Quizlet. It's helpful. It helps you create like flashcards that you can use on the go, because us HR HR professionals are always on the go. So it's very important to use the Quizlet. Now, if you have any questions, or you need to reach me, or you have any concerns about passing the exam, you could always reach me at phrconcepts@gmail.com. Again, it's phrconcepts@gmail.com. I want to thank you all for listening today, and have a great day.